Good morning, Lele. I'm Alyssa. I appreciate you coming to my office today. What brings you in?
Hmm. Well, it's not so much my issue per se. It's more so HR suggests that I come in. They have been having some issues at work, and HR suggested that I clear the air with you. They've been some misreputations, I guess. People are, well, they're sensitive.
Sensitive how?
Typically, for instance, last week I pitched an idea for a new campaign to our community service sector. Groundbreaking stuff that could put our division on the map. I figured I'd be getting some line item praise from the mayor. Yet, my
Mm.
team lead, who's been under my preview of years, asked me to clarify the costing projections. The costing projections, she doesn't think I've gone over this with a fine-tooth comb. It's a slap in the face to me. She just doesn't understand the crucial nuisance. Some people just don't get it.
So, have you tried to see it from her perspective? It seems like this campaign is really important to you. But what do you mean by some people just don't get it?
Get what? It's always something stupid. She doesn't get that I want to put the city on the map. She doesn't get that I need to remind her every now and then to mind her business, even if she's in leadership position under me. She doesn't get that we need to maximize our taxpayer dollars and sensibly approach these cases.
So, typically, how would you respond when people don't understand what you mean or what your logic is behind something?
Hmm. Well, sometimes I just have to inform them. As noted, it's not her fault, right? It's mine for failing to do my job and making sure everyone knows how great I am and how hard I've worked to be where I am. But at least they know where I'm coming from now. I need to implement this division under my charge as seamlessly as possible. Sometimes they need to kick in and kick in the rear to get them back on their feet. Tough love isn't a crime unless you're incompetent. It's crime to me that I'm wasting my great ideals on people who don't appreciate my time and my effort.
It seems like you take really great pride in your work and expect gratitude from others. So how would you say your general relationship is with your colleagues?
Hmm. Dynamics? Let's see. They respect me. They should respect me. I've got my master's and I put blood, sweat, and tears to get where I am and where I've gotten. It's really not a lot of work to love what I do and be good at it. But then again, maybe they're just jealous.
Jealous how?
They don't understand what it takes to proper sacrifices to fully emerge myself at work 24/7. They think I'm stealing ideals, but where would I come from stealing ideals when I'm always operating on such a high level? They think I'm condescending, but no, they were competent social workers like me, then they'll see my potential. We're all here as directors of something for a reason. But no, I'm always the smartest person in the room constantly.
Well, it sounds like you take a lot of pride in being the smartest person in the room. But what does that mean on an emotional level? Are you able to connect with your peers on an emotional level, even if they're not satisfied with the work?
What do you mean? Focused on results? If people are emotional, it's because they're not performing. If they're not emotional, it's because they're not equipped and able to function in a high stress environment. I'm not here to babysit them. I'm here to lead to get us all ahead. And if you're crying, too busy, focused on yourself instead of work, then why are you even here? You should get out of the job. If no one believes that they can outperform someone like me, then they should pack their bags. What am I supposed to do with the emotions anyway?
I mean, you could appreciate what people bring to the table besides just their work. But what about life outside of work? Does anyone outside of work appreciate who you are besides just what you can do?
My personal life is solid. I'm a solid woman. I hardly need anyone cluttering up my space or needing to earn my time. I got friends here and there, with probably so many people offended by the amazing feat, but we don't get close I already know they're low, they have kind of low IQs and deep interpersonal dynamics to bring up too much drama. It complicates things. When I want my space, I'm just doing just fine. People aren't worth my time most often anyway. They're not capable like I am.
Hmm. It sounds like your goal is for people to admire you, but not necessarily connect with you. It seems you put a lot of stock in people misunderstanding you. Do you feel like you're misunderstood or being criticized for your work?
Hmm. All the time. People need to stop just judging a book by its cover. But for someone who has it like me, of course, people will question what's behind closed doors. It's like they're jealous. They should be happy that I'm here providing for them, but people are just petty, especially anyone who's questioned me, family, coworkers, friends. They're just jealous that I'm above and beyond everything. They need entitled, they feel like they're entitled, and that's not fair. We can't have everything. There's no way. But there's something wrong with me instead of me. Get it together. I was born this way. It's a curse.
It's a curse. Wow. So that sounds like really, really, really interesting and helps paint a larger picture of what you feel at work and outside of work. I definitely look forward to diving deeper into this in some subsequent sessions.
I guess so.
Okay.
Good morning, Miss Ross. I appreciate you coming into my office today. What's going on that made you come in today?
So I'm basically here to show my family why I don't need to be here. It's honestly hilarious that they think I'm the one that needs therapy because if it wasn't for me, none of them would really be doing anything with their lives. They're honestly lucky I even speak to them because most of my family is dumb. And like, why would I even want to associate myself with them when they're literally dumb? Um, I actually had to tell them, like, can you just stop asking me stuff if you don't want me to tell you that you're dumb? Like, don't be around me if you're going to be all sensitive.
Thank you for sharing that. To start, are you feeling so far for everything that you just shared with me?
I'm honestly annoyed, but I figured I would just get this out of the way so that I could just prove to them that I'm fine.
You mentioned feeling your family doesn't understand your perspective. Can you elaborate on what your perspective and your expectations are?
Honestly, I just kind of I don't want to say I want to be left alone, but like if they don't have anything constructive or like important to talk to me about, honestly, I wish they would just stop. They think that I'm like rude and I'm like I don't care. I'll tell you what I think and that's it.
So, how do these interactions with your family typically unfold, and what emotions come up for you during or after these conversations that you have with them?
It's funny because I'm typically just like I said, I'm just annoyed. Like whenever they bring up like, well, why would you do this? I'm like, because I wanted to. Like, or did you think about how this person would feel? No, I wanted to do it, so I did it.
So, if you can describe your ideal relationship with your family, what would that look like to you?
It would look like people just don't bother me unless if I'm not really if I'm not talking to them, they don't need to talk to me. If I want to go do something and I ask them to come, they should. But like if they want to go do something like I don't know, like my cousin wanted to go see this movie and I'm like, the movie looks dumb, I'm not going. But like obviously I have better taste in movies. So if I pick the movie, they should go with that.
You mentioned your boyfriend. Can you tell me more about your relationship with your boyfriend and how you both typically communicate with difficult topics or conversations that you guys may have with each other?
I would say that he is just really sensitive. He thinks I'm cheating on him. I mean, he did see some text messages in my phone, but I told him that if he was better, my eyes wouldn't wander. And then he wants to look all sad. I'm like, you can leave, but then he gets all depressed and clingy, doesn't want to leave. Um, and really, the only reason I keep him around is because he has a really good job. He makes really good money, so I'll keep him. But I mean, for what?
So, how did you feel when you realized that your boyfriend had went through your phone?
I was annoyed. I was like, well, one, but also like, if you don't look, you don't find anything. So mind your business.
You also mentioned that maybe he should be better. What does better mean to you in the context
um,
of your relationship with him?
I'm gonna be honest. That's for him to figure out. He's been around me for a really long time, so he should know what I like and know what I want. He should just take care of that.
What do you believe are your strengths and positive contributions to your relationship with him?
Um, Honestly, everything. Like the fact that I even talked to him, he should be grateful for that.
Okay. So, how do you typically cope when you're feeling misunderstood or frustrated in your relationship?
Um, yes, I just remind people, I just reiterate what I said. And if they don't understand, then I remind them that they need to figure it out. And that's pretty much it. Like I don't do a lot of arguing because I just think it's beneath me.
If someone close to you were to describe your communication style, what do you think they would say?
Very direct. Um, that's it. Very direct. I just say what I think.
So, can you tell me what is your long-term goals for your family and your relationship?
I don't really have any long-term goals, honestly, for that. I just go with the flow.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Ross. I think I learned a lot and I look forward to talking to you.
Thanks.